Hundreds of protesters have been arrested as President Biden considers new pipeline projects. I'm Yoonj Kim, and this is MTV News Need to Know. On Wednesday, water and land protectors and allies marched on the White House to tell the Biden administration to stop all new pipelines and other fossil fuel projects. This action was part of the historic People versus Fossil Fuels Week of Action in Washington, D.C., which kicked off Monday and expects thousands of participants. Among the activists leading the charge was Kevin Kramer, a protester from Delaware who reminded gatherers that corporate greed is killing our planet.
To be a capitalist means you need to care so less about the environment, so less about humanity, that you are willing to sacrifice the 99% of us so 1% of us can live.
Nonviolent protesters have been met with police using violent crowd control tactics, such as long-range acoustic devices and arrests. There had reportedly been nearly 300 arrests as of Wednesday morning, including those of Indigenous activists. These actions were organized by a coalition of groups known as Build Back Fossil Free, a play on Biden's Build Back Better agenda. Several celebrities, including Mark Ruffalo and Leonardo DiCaprio, have shown their support. On Monday, Ruffalo tweeted, "Let's stand in solidarity with Indigenous peoples' climate leadership. We must call on our leaders to recognize the sovereignty of Indigenous peoples and end fossil fuel expansion once and for all." Right now, there are 21 fossil fuel infrastructure projects pending review by the Biden administration. If these were to move forward, it could essentially double the existing emissions of the U.S.'s coal plants. They would stretch in 17 states and the Gulf of Mexico, but Biden has the authority to stop them. And activists are demanding that he course correct and block the new projects in addition to existing ones like Line 3, which just began extraction this month despite Indigenous resistance. In fact, Line 3 was a catalyst for many protesters to show up in D.C. this week. On Tuesday, activist Jennifer K. Falcon tweeted, "Water protector climbing the flagpole in front of the Army Corps to take down, demanding they stop Line 3 with an Expect Us banner under him. We told Joe Biden to respect us or expect us. We will protect the water. We won't back down." With 2/3 of the country supporting government action to stop the climate crisis, you may wonder why something that's essentially a bipartisan issue still requires such desperate action. The short answer is money. Biden's presidential campaign received over $1.5 million from big oil in 2020, which is more than either Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton received during their runs. Oil and gas corporations make huge donations to politicians, both Democrat and Republican. And in some regards, Biden has been friendlier to the environment than his predecessor. In other areas, like drilling on federal land, his record is worse than Trump's. Sunrise Movement organizer Deirdre Shelley told Politico Biden can't be the climate leader he thinks he is if he's lobbying oil states to produce more fossil fuels. This week of action marks the latest in a mass effort to put bodies on the line, literally, to halt the climate crisis. Groups like Extinction Rebellion, for example, have been staging headline-grabbing events of mass civil disobedience, like gluing themselves to a boat in Times Square. They're putting into practice the idea that we need to use human bodies to pressure leaders as a last resort. On top of asking that Biden not only stop fossil fuel projects, protesters are urging him to declare a national climate emergency under the National Emergencies Act. This would communicate urgency and give the administration the power to promote rapid clean energy development. Right now, the people at the forefront of the fight for our Earth are the most disenfranchised and vulnerable communities who are being affected disproportionately by wildfires, droughts, hurricanes, and oil spills. They're fighting this fight on all of our behalves. And if putting bodies on the line doesn't work, what more do we need to do? I'm Yoonj Kim, and that's what you need to know.